The blizzard was unforgiving that night. Snow whipped across the desolate expanse of the frontier planet of Kalarinine, a world claimed by miners, smugglers, and exiles who'd found nothing but isolation among the icy plains. Most travelers avoided it. Those who didn't live to tell the tale. Yet here, trudging through the knee-deep snow, were two small figures, alien in appearance, yet undeniably fragile. The boy, no older than 10 cycles, his greenish-grey skin tinged with frostbite, clutched the hand of his younger sister, her violet eyes wide and shivering. "Sir, sir, please," the boy called out, his voice cracking. "My little sister. She's freezing." From the shadows of a rocky outcrop emerged a man, broad-shouldered and scarred from countless wars fought across human colonies. His uniform was worn, his coat dusted with ice, and his boots made soft crunches in the snow. He had seen death in every form in battlefields, in space, and even in the silent corridors of abandoned stations, but the look on the boy's face pulled something deep from him, something other than duty or protocol. "Where are your parents?" the man asked gently, though his eyes scanned the terrain for danger. They're gone," the boy whispered, choking back tears. "The patrols. They didn't make it. We were hiding." The veteran, whose name was Captain Elias Grant, immediately recognized the situation. Alien refugees, stranded on the outer rim, exposed to weather they weren't prepared for. On top of that, the youngest, barely 4 cycles old, was already trembling violently, without another word. Elias unfastened his own cloak, the thick, insulated fabric lined with synthetic fur. He knelt down and wrapped it around the 2 siblings, holding them close. The girl's teeth chattered against the warmth of his coat. "Here," he said, pressing them against his chest. "You'll be warm now. Come on, we need to get somewhere safe." The boy, whose name was Rin, gazed at Elias with a mixture of fear and hope. You don't have to help us," he said hesitantly. "Most humans, they don't care about aliens like us." Elias smiled faintly, a glimmer of humor breaking through the frozen tension. "I'm not most humans, kid. Let's move." He lifted the siblings effortlessly, Rin clutching the hem of his coat as though letting go would mean the end. The journey back to his small outpost wasn't far, but the storm made every step treacherous. His boots sank into the snow, his breath coming in steady puffs, while the small forms of the children pressed tightly against him. Inside the outpost, the fire roared in the hearth. The smell of burning wood filled the air, a comforting warmth that contrasted with the icy hell outside. Elias set the children down gently on a pair of blankets laid near the flames. "Drink this," he said, handing them a thermos of warm nutrient fluid. "It'll help your body recover." The girl, small and fragile, hesitated before sipping, but the warmth of the liquid immediately soothed her. Rin sat beside her, his hands wrapped around hers, watching her every reaction. "Thank you," Rin said softly, his voice barely above a whisper. Elias nodded. "Don't thank me yet. You're safe for now, but we need to figure out your next steps. Who sent you here? Where were you trying to go?" Rin swallowed hard. "We were trying to reach the Uldari sanctuary. It's where our family's people hide. The patrols, they attacked our convoy. Mom and Dad, they didn't survive." Elias felt a pang in his chest, though he kept his face composed. He had lost comrades before, but seeing the consequences of violence reflected in innocent eyes always hurt more. He knelt, bringing himself closer to Rin's level. "You did the right thing by getting your sister to safety," he said. We'll make sure she's okay. Over the next few hours, Elias made the outpost as secure as he could, lighting lamps, sealing the doors against the storm, and checking his comms for any messages. But no response came from the Eldari sanctuary. They were on their own, for now. Rin finally relaxed, leaning against Elias, while his sister nestled into the blankets, eyes slowly closing as sleep overcame her. The boy's gratitude was palpable, a quiet bond forming between alien and human. "Sir," Rin whispered, breaking the silence. Will we have to leave tomorrow? Do we have to face the snow again?" Elias shook his head. "Not if I can help it. You'll stay here until it's safe." "I'll make sure of it. You're not going back out into the storm until we know it's safe." Days passed, and the storm raged on. Elias scavenged supplies, melting snow for water, and shared stories by the fire with the children to distract them from the relentless cold. Slowly, trust built between them. Rin began to open up about his family, about their journey to escape persecution, and about the mysterious powers their people were rumored to hold, abilities that made them targets in the galaxy. "What kind of powers?" Elias asked one night as he checked the perimeter. Rin glanced at his sister, protective even in the dim light. "Our people can sense emotions. Sometimes we can heal, but that's why the patrols. They fear us. They think we're dangerous." Elias frowned. "Fear makes monsters of everyone, kid. But you're safe here." The younger girl stirred, murmuring softly in her sleep, and Elias gently tucked the blanket around her. Even in the quiet moments, he felt a swelling sense of responsibility. He had seen horrors in his lifetime, but this protecting innocent life in the middle of nowhere was something different. Something worth fighting for. Finally, when the storm passed, Elias prepared a small shuttle. The planet below was still coated in ice, but the skies were clear. He loaded the children, their small eyes wide at the sight of technology that was both alien and familiar. Where are we going?" Rin asked. "To a safer place," Elias replied, starting the engines. "I know someone who can take care of you until it's safe to reunite you with your people." The shuttle lifted off, breaking through the clouds into the open stars. Rin clutched his sister, looking out at the endless expanse, and finally, for the first time since the blizzard began, a small smile appeared on his face. "Thank you, sir," he said, his voice full of relief. Elias nodded, gripping the controls. "Don't thank me yet. Just promise me one thing. When this is over, you'll help others the way you've been helped." Rin thought about it, then nodded solemnly. "I promise. The journey ahead would be long. Danger would never truly leave the outer rim." But for the first time, the two children felt warmth, not just from the shuttle's engines or the blankets, but from the knowledge that someone cared. Someone human. And Elias Grant, veteran of countless wars, realized something too. Heroism wasn't just about battles fought or enemies defeated. Sometimes it was in the simple act of holding a freezing alien child in your arms and bringing them home as Kayla 9 shrank below them. Icy and unforgiving, a bond had formed, a human who refused to abandon the helpless, and children who would remember that act for the rest of their lives. And in the vast, lonely expanse of the universe, that small flame of humanity, warmth, compassion, courage burned brighter than any star. Asterisk,